What's up, guys? In today's video, we're gonna be. You can do the intro.
We're gonna be doing some scary stories. I'm gonna post this on my channel while J.K. Man's doing the same video on his channel. I'm gonna post this video in the link in the description whenever he posts it, and then we'll proceed after he finishes his intro. We're gonna be telling a scary story I made up, and then he's gonna be telling his based on his art, which is gonna be come out later after this video.
Yep.
So go ahead, Jupdick, with your intro.
Wait, this is yours, bro. I just let you do my intro. Okay, I'll just do my intro. What's up, guys? In today's video, we're gonna be doing some scary stories with my friend Bisman. Say hello, Bisman.
Why? Okay, bro. Okay, should we start now? It's been a minute into my video.
What do you mean?
Let's see. So, some dudes were chilling, having a normal day, and some four kids were at a house, playing together, having fun, watching YouTube, going on Google Maps, searching up funny places. Funny places, like there's a lot of places with just weird names in general. So then they decided to. Then one friend had the idea to search up where they were right now. So they searched up, and eventually they ended up in the road. And they were being even more curious, so they decided to check the alleyway behind them, right behind their house. But then for some reason, something was off. Something just didn't feel right. As in, like, they feel like they were being watched. Now, they were less scared. Now, all of the friends suddenly blacked out for about 10 seconds. They had this dream where everything around them was dark. And then all the friends had heard a breathing sound behind them in their dream. They turned around. They woke up and turned around and decided and checked. There was nothing there. Either it was just a hallucination or something scary. Then, what happened next is kind of, well, it just what happened next was they were all about to tell each other scared dream they had. They were even more shocked to realize that they all had the same dream, or they're just playing a prank on each other. But if then they all had the same dream and they all blacked out for a few minutes, then something.
Wait, hold up. Pause. You literally said they blacked out for 10 seconds, and now you say they black out for a few minutes?
No, I never said that.
You did.
J.K. Man saying. So right now, J.K. Man saying that I said, yeah, I never said for a few minutes. I said for 10 seconds they blacked out. So what happened next was they actually they were still scared, so they decided to cheer up and just find their location. Well, the area around their location. Since they checked out their house, when they were in the alleyway in Google Maps, something scared them to the very core, and they could not believe what their eyeballs were seeing. It was a picture. Since one of the friends wanted to get a tissue because he just had drunk some water, that they all saw that one friend was in the window drinking his water on Google Maps, and it was frozen too, as if someone just took the picture of them. They're all horrified, told a friend to come and check it out, and what made them so horrified was they all turned their heads to the window, where they saw nothing there but rocks. Their eyes now seems like horrible thing that had. So they all got out of the window and closed one of the curtains. but something stopped them from doing it. They felt as if nothing. They felt as if something was going to happen, and they didn't need to close down the blinds. They felt crazy all of a sudden, and then nothing, and then they just decided not to close the curtains. They decided to go investigate since they just saw the friend drinking water through the window on maps. Now what? So after the friend turned off his PC, they all went outside in the alleyway behind their house to investigate. And what they saw there was confusing. There was a lot of rocks, and just but then one in general just stood out. And guess what it said? That one that stood out, it had what looked blood in them, and something, and one of them thought it was ketchup, so they decided to touch it. But then after they realized how well, not hard, but like the texture of it, they realized it was dry blood.
Ew.
And not only that, but like there was something on the back, something written on the back. That friend told everyone to show, and surprisingly too, they all had found blood red rocks with all codes on them. Since there was four of them, there was all four of them each had a word on them. The first friend had a rock that said Alemus. The second friend had a rock that said C. The third friend had a rock that said T-Reg, and the fourth one had the rock that said dog. They couldn't figure out how to put it. Alemus, dog, C, T-Reg? C, dog, T-Reg, Alemus? Then one of the friends suggested that maybe they go back inside and investigate. So then the friends got on the PC and decided to open notes. What they did was they decided to they decided let's see now. I was trying to remember. Oh, right. They decided to open notes and try to spell it out. Then the genius friend, the brains of the group, figured out that Alemus is backwards for smile. Dog is backwards for God, which is kind of obvious. C is also really obvious, is backwards for is, and T-Reg, which was the hardest one, is backwards for great. So they all figured out a sentence to put, and they finally came up. They thought of a few ones like, God is great. Smile is God great. Then they finally figured out one that made most sense. Smile, dog. Sorry, smile. God is great. Now something was off all of a sudden. Again. This time, when they went back home, they all had a friend and they were all wondering. They all started making theories. One friend made a theory that it was just a prank that someone else was doing. Number two, it was actually something happening, and maybe it was a clue to something is about to happen. But the third friend made a more likely theory that some psycho is trying to find them and hunt them down. But then they all wondered a big question: how could they have had access to apps? And why did the rocks have blood?
I don't know.
So what they did next was they decided to research something, and they found something crazy. There's a lot of pictures out there. There's a picture out there that feel like one of the dreams that I mentioned at the start of the story. There was a friend who had this smile. who had a smile in one of their dreams. And they saw the exact same one on the web. And guess what? It is written. It said, Lemus, dog, sea, T-Rex. Sorry, guys. I just had to mute for a second.
Why did you do that L to me?
I didn't. I said I did this.
It looked like this, but okay.
Oh, whatever. Sorry. I didn't. Sorry, then. So let's see now. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So one of the friends had a dream, and the dream had a smile. So they decided to research stuff, some stuff just in general. And one of the friends came across an image that showed the exact same smile they found in their dream, and in the corners, in some of the corners of the picture, it said something that shook, that made his bones shiver, practically as if it was a cartoon. His bones rattled. So what happens next is the writing in the corners said dog T-Reg C Alemus. Just how they found on the rocks. They immediately sent the image to all of his friends in panic. Then all the other friends were horrified. Relating to that, one of the other friends had found a website called Scariest Locations because why not? And it said nearby the alleyway that there was a place where people had randomly been seeing stuff on the walls and then going missing days later. But that was only solo people, and that was only people by themselves. People with multiple people, like more than two, didn't go missing and made it out they're alive or whatever, whoever or whatever was taking them. So they decided to go there and investigate. Then they didn't decide to split up. They decided to go in pairs, which made everyone feel much better. The second and the third friend decided to go left. The first and the fourth decided to go right. So one of the friends saw the same smile on the wall, just like just like how people have been reportedly seeing tons of different paintings on the walls. And it had a smile, okay? And the other friend, claiming that he saw a painting, said he saw a different painting in the exact same spot with a black static screen with two red eyeballs far apart from each other. And then finally, the last two friends one of the friends found out something. They found out that one of the friends saw the first friend, well, the friends that had gotten left, found Elemis, Elemis C, and the other one found dog T-Reg. They kept hearing this phrase, Elemis dog C T-Reg / God is great, smile, God is great. So then they couldn't understand what it meant. Why was this how did this keep appearing? Why were the paintings on the wall? What was happening? Who was behind this? What was going on? And why were people seeing paintings on the walls of that creepy place? Then something happened. A sound that made all of the friends' hearts stop. Well, not actually, but like felt like their hearts stopped after hearing the sound. It was a sound that made that just sounded like a loud laughter that went on for 2 seconds. The friends immediately got together and got out of there, but then something happened. They couldn't find the exit out. They specifically left a trail of paint, specifically to get out of there. And that paint led them to a maze.
What?
They figured either it was an illusion or it's called magic or monster or power of monsters in general. So after the laughter, they saw something come out of the ground, jump out of the ground. It was a black figure with a black humanoid figure with the same smile on its face and 2 eyes on its hands. Then it kept then after it came out of the ground, it was standing still and straight until all of a sudden it cracked its head to the left forward and made a very uncomfortable cracking sound that said, a Lemis dog see T-Reg, a Lemis dog, and it kept repeating that. Eventually, they ran into the maze, which they realized it was just an illusion, which was actually their escape. After that, they ran out of there, and just as they thought they were safe, the monster, they heard banging on the door. They ran even faster. Their heart felt like it couldn't stop beating until the banging stopped. They turned around. The friend turned around, and the monster threw the doors out of there, and they ran as fast as they could. They decided not to go together, or else they would be picked off one by one. They ran out of there, and something was crazy. They hid in a tree. They heard sirens going all around. Suddenly, tanks pulled up, soldiers pulled up, helicopters, warplanes, and tons of tanks pulled up, soldiers, helicopters, airplanes, and tons of other things. Filled with, they decided and saw this monster, and after the sergeant and the sergeant, colonial, and lieutenant shouted fire. After that, everything went from chaos. There was blood splattering everywhere, and apparently the monster was invincible to bullets, but tank bullets and airplanes were the only things that could do some actual damage. After that, there was fire all around. All the tanks were destroyed. All the airplanes crashed. All the soldiers were dead. All the helicopters had became to pieces, and there was blood everywhere. Then something happened. The eye, the sky, the sky. There was something in the sky. The sky suddenly turned black with eyes everywhere, horrifying red blood eyes. Then all of a sudden, the same smile was popping up, going slowly up, and after that, I let out a blood-curdling scream and devoured everything and everyone for the rest of eternity. Then humanity would no longer exist. That's my story. Thank you guys for listening to my story. That's it for today's video.
That's a pretty good story. I actually like that.
What do you think? What do you think? What do you think I'm gonna print it? Okay. What do you rate it? How much out of 10? What do you?
I rate it a 10 out of 10.
Okay. And now let's turn off your recording and restart.